But first, let's start off with our 2020-21 NBA award show predictions. Caleb Miller, first up, let's start off with Rookie of the Year. Now, a lot of you might already know where we're going to go on this, but we want to cover it anyways. And hey, you might be surprised by one of our answers. You might not be. Caleb, first up, Rookie of the Year. Who you got here?
I actually have Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's. Nah, I'm playing. Who did you put? I need to know who you put.
Okay, I'll start off first. I went with our guy, your guy initially. You let me know about him a little bit in the beginning, and I started really getting into him, and I became a believer. And you made me a believer, and now I'm a believer in the one and only, the best ball brother, Lamelo Ball. I think Lamelo has the chance to really, really have a good year this year. Again, preseason, got to justify it every single time because we got bozos in here. Yes, it's preseason, but he's already looked really good. First game, he didn't score much. I don't know if he did. He score at all in his first preseason game,
No, he did not.
and he looked really good out there. And then the last few games, he looked a lot better. His shooting looked better. His offensive game looked better. Those dimes were just wow. Like he got a little Jay Will to his style. I really like his game. I think he's exciting. Being in Charlotte, he'll get a lot of more minutes. And yeah, I mean, I think he'll have the best opportunity. There's a lot of other guys that I could see in that position. You brought up Tyrese Halliburton. I don't think Tyrese is that guy that screams stats, so he's not going to be a guy that's in that conversation necessarily because we know voters only look at stats.
Yeah.
Another guy that I'm looking at is James Wiseman. I think Wiseman is going to be a runner up there. I think he's going to get a lot of burn with Golden State this year. Kevon Looney's been hurt. The Warriors have had a lot of trouble in that big man position, and they really want to develop him. But I'm going to go with LaMelo. I think LaMelo will have a big, big year this year. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Caleb Miller, who did you put here?
Yeah, it's interesting that you brought up James Wiseman and how they want to develop him. Did you see that quote he put out there where he likes getting yelled at by Draymond Green because he feels like he's really learning stuff? I think that's the right attitude to have going into it because Draymond's kind of like that player. He's really fiery, and you don't know how young guys are gonna take to it. But it seems like James Wiseman's really enjoying it. With that being said, I do not have James Wiseman as my Rookie of the Year pick. I have
Oh, you
LaMelo
said all
Ball.
that just to gas him up and then not even give him the award?
I'm sorry. I have LaMelo Ball. I think now I mentioned before the guards struggle early on, right? But like you look at LaMelo, he's not really struggling. Like he's really creating a lot for his teammates. Like he's throwing passes out there, like that one-handed whip pass across like the length of the court to Malik Monk. Like that pass is sick, man. Like he has so many of those. He's gonna turn Cody Zeller into like a maybe an 11-7 type player, and he's gonna But seriously though, I really do feel like Lamelo is that type of player where he's gonna get a lot of guys paid because he's gonna boost their stats. Like he might pass Miles Bridges into I don't know 15 points per game one year or something. It's gonna be something like that, and I like Lamelo Ball. I really think he can win Rookie of the Year. We'll have to see though. That's my pick though heading into next year.
I could see LaMelo winning it. And there's going to be some other guys in that list. Again, we talked about James Wiseman. There's some other nice rookies in there. Isaac Okoro's looked really good in Cleveland.
What
But
about
again,
Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards has looked good. I'm not
Game by
pumped
game,
first.
he's gotten better, and his defense has actually came to play. We mentioned it before that on the podcast that he really wanted to work on his defense. He has, and you can tell that there's a difference on that side of the ball.
For sure, but I will warn you, it is only preseason, so I don't want to get a little
Yes,
ahead of
I know,
myself.
I know. Carson Edwards putting up 30 last year in preseason. God, we thought we had ourselves the next Isaiah Thomas.
Going back to LaMelo real quick, and I want to finish it off with this. What kind of separates him to me from even Lonzo is his confidence. Do you remember Lonzo's first NBA game? He got embarrassed by Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly was sunning him. And
Yeah.
that, again, we talk about little things that I look for. I look for very little things in the game of basketball, especially as a coach. I look for the intricate details.
Mhm.
And an intricate detail is the first game of the season. I get it. Your first game of the season is not going to say what your whole career is going to be. Guy coming out of the draft, he's number 2 pick, going to the Lakers. His dad was pushing for the Lakers. Guess what happens? They get there. He doesn't live up to the hype. First game of the season, he couldn't handle the pressure. So, for that reason, LaMelo, completely different. He looks ready. I think he'll have a really good season from the beginning. I'm excited to watch him this year, and we'll see if we're right on this one. Next up, let's go to our